Good morning. Good morning. You know how you feel when you have like the best sleep ever? Windows open, 58 degrees at night, beautiful Oregon coast. I am feeling froggy this morning. He's raring to go, but I wanted you guys to see our spot at Bandon by the Sea. This is an adorable little RV park that if you're going up the Oregon coast and you want to play golf at Bandon Dunes or just check out their state beaches, we pulled into these two spots right here. I called it my little gated community. Tom and Laura were where my Escalade is, so we had two 45-foot Prevost buses parked right there. And it was just quaint, precious. I mean, look at the precious little teapots on the fence when you pull in. It's a really sweet park. Here's the welcome center. They have gorgeous flowers. After the ordeal we experienced in Eureka at Shoreline, and I'll tell you about the response letter I got from their manager later, which is worse than the lady that was in the office. This was a welcome. This was like, yay, we selected another wonderful RV park, which usually we do. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick little glimpse of this beautiful little park. And we had intended to get up early this morning and go check out the beaches, but we played 18 holes of golf at Bandon Dunes, and we didn't get done till like 8 o'clock at night, and then we had dinner, and by the time we got home, we were so exhausted. We just had like the best sleep ever. So thank you, Bandon by the Sea, for your hospitality, for being so nice when we arrived, welcoming us, greeting us with smiles, and giving us such a perfect place to park for the night in those beautiful trees. The two parking spots that we did not have dump. It had water and power, which is fine. We're only here for one night, but I just wanted to make sure I told you guys that. They have a ton of other spots. We had called kind of last minute. This was an adjustment in our original plans. So glad we did that adjustment because it was well worth it. Thank you, Bandon by the Sea. One other quick little hit about Bandon by the Sea. It's literally right off 101. I'm standing on 101 right now. We're getting ready to pull out. We're going to make our left. We're headed up to Newport. Probably be about 2.5 to 3 hours. But we're going to take our time and enjoy the sights of 101. Again, a second day of traveling the Oregon coast. I'm going to admit, we're a little excited to get up to Pacific Shores because we're going to be there for 6 whole nights. And I'm ready to settle.
Ready to settle?
Just for a few days. Just a nice little, you know.
Let me tell you something. Settling overnight at Bandon by Bandon.
Bandon by the Sea.
Bandon by the Sea, and then going to play Bandon Dunes was like going to Old Head in Ireland.
It was.
I thought we were in Ireland when I got out there. The views are off the chart.
And we lucked out because it was just us two, and it's a very busy golf course. And so there was a single guy that was playing with a caddy, Brent. He's a realtor from Nashville.
Which was a hell of a golfer.
He was a really good golfer, and he was fun to play with. Because sometimes I stress out, you know, when you get the guy that takes everything serious.
Sometimes you do.
I'm just gonna take a sip. I played my ass off yesterday.
You sure did. You were a lot of fun to play with yesterday. I gotta admit.
See,
I didn't tell you how to play unless you asked me.
And see how much better I did.
Yes, it was wonderful.
I putted well. I drove well.
You made some great putts.
I know. So anyways, that was...
You probably putted better than me, if the truth be known.
That's impossible, but thank you for saying that. But no, so traveling up the Oregon coast here is... It's nice. I'm going to be honest. It's really cool. In fact, not if, but when we do this again... I am going to sit down this evening, and I wrote down a ton of notes when we were traveling from Eureka up toward Bandon. Just all the really cool spots that you could try to stop on the water and enjoy an evening. We selected Bandon by the Sea again because we wanted to play Bandon Dunes golf, so it was
amazing.
Unfortunately, I'm now hitting my 5th or 6th shot because I drove it into the freaking bunker. And then I hit the damn lip and it came back in the bunker. Mother loves me. So, I had this caddy once in Ireland, and whenever I would start getting pissed off and hit too many shots on one hole, he'd say, "Here, Angie, take some pretty pictures of the ocean." That's what I'm doing on this hole. I was doing pretty good, but this hole is kicking my ass. So I'm going to take the pretty pictures and watch these pros play this hole. So, anyways, a little update. Remember when I told you guys about, I sent an email and I wrote some honest reviews. So first of all, I'm gonna say this. If you follow me on TripAdvisor, I'm Angie Skinner 5 on TripAdvisor. 98% of my reviews are always positive. I don't like to be mean to businesses. I don't like to be mean to people, but I like to be honest. And I use TripAdvisor a lot when I'm trying to find a hotel or even just attractions while we're traveling around in the RVs. I read TripAdvisor reviews and look at pictures of RV resorts. So it's a very good tool, and I feel like my duty is to be honest on it as well. Well, I had every intention to follow up my TripAdvisor poor review of Shoreline in Eureka with like hey, the manager reached out, they apologized, they admitted that they made a mistake. Oh my gosh, you guys. I guess it was the manager. She didn't sign her name, but she sent me back an email that was ruder and worse than the poor girl that was working in the office. So now I understand the way it's managed and how they operate. But long story short, they canceled my reservation, but they won't admit they did. They made a mistake. It's not a big deal. But she shamed us for, if she put boondocking at the Harley-Davidson dealership. I mean, like, what's wrong with boondocking, y'all? Sometimes you gotta do it, right? Especially when you have a manager at a Harley-Davidson store that is like the coolest dude ever. And I got new Harley clothes.
It was by the Harley store.
Oh my gosh.
We all love bikes. We love riding. We love the clothes.
So anyways, she basically said, hope you enjoyed your personal stay at the Harley-Davidson. Well, you know what, bitch? I did. I loved it.
Yeah.